What's up, Syndicate? This is Shadow here, and I'm here today playing Rise and Fall: Civilizations at War. Now, this is my second, I guess you can call it, favorite RTS game. This game allows you to actually play as a certain general in the actual faction, and you can actually fight alongside your soldiers. This is a very unique game because there's only so many like it. So, without further ado, let me go ahead and show you what I mean. The game has it's pretty nice graphics. Not, I wouldn't say amazing, but they're very nice. And the AI in the game isn't that bad. What's really impressive is just the ability to actually lead men onto the battlefield. You feel like you're playing Total War, but also playing a game like Rise, Son of Rome, where you actually play as the hero. So without being further ado, let's go ahead and play against an AI bot. I'm gonna go ahead and form me a team, so that's easier for you guys to know what how the game runs, I suppose. So let's go ahead and pick. Let's pick the Mediterranean Alliance. That map looks pretty fun. So let's go ahead and pick Rome because Rome is the best in my own opinion. Blue, red, and I'll play as my allies will be the Romans as well. My enemies shall be Persia. So just to start it off, let's go ahead and do it at pretty easy mode. Nothing really hard. I can change the difficulties right here. There's a jester, which is like a laugh out loud type difficulty where you pretty much fight against kids or kiddies, I guess. Then there you move up to footman, which basically that's town watch. Then you move to officer, which gets a little harder. It's for still beginners though. Commander, which becomes increasingly difficult. General, which is moderate. Noble, very hard. Minister, hard. Prince, very, very hard. Monarch, extremely hard. And I guess you can call this one Death Wish Emperor. So let's go ahead and just do Noble right now. Now let's lock the teams. Actually, it really shouldn't matter because since we're pretty much it's AI, it's not really gonna do anything anyways. So without further ado, I'll see you guys on the battlefield, and I hope you guys enjoyed this gameplay video. So here we are on the battlefield. This is you can tell automatically it's a little different from Rise of Nations. You're no longer restricted to a camera access. You can now zoom all the way in and see your people.
Yes.
So I'm gonna go ahead and build me a granary.
I'm going. Yes.
Maybe a watchtower, depending on where you're.
At once.
Let's build the watchtower right there.
Yes.
Let's let me train my new hero, which will be Julius Caesar, Gaius Julius Caesar. Let's make him Rome's champion, I suppose. Let me make my center the government center, and I can build another town and make that my defensive center. So I'm gonna go ahead and build my allies right here. Build a town over here. Now you're gonna see pretty soon that my allies, they're already fully immobilized, fully advancing their their armory, all that stuff. So you're gonna see that I need to build my defenses up. The enemy is most likely in that area over here. If they're near me, I need to build my defenses up even more. I don't really want to be counterattacked by an enemy from the side, so unfortunately I need resources, so let's go ahead and recruit more citizens.
Granary complete.
So we have the granary is now complete.
Not enough wood.
We need more wood, so let's go ahead and click the trees if I can.
At once.
Unlike Rise of Nations, this game automatically does things for you. Pretty much you don't need to build any certain faculties or maintenance areas for your farming or anything. You just need to build a granary, and it will casually do it over time. Also, you can click you can click this little ore outlet over here. You can click a tree, and they'll start cutting wood.
Settlement complete.
You can also believe you can also train gladiators depending on what faction you pick. So as you can see, my allies are quick to work at cutting their wood, I suppose. Now here's my hero, guys, Julius Caesar. And as you can see, he looks more like a warrior than a politician right now. And there's a reason behind that if I can go ahead and show you. I need more stamina. Okay, so let's go ahead and recruit some more citizens and make a statue to raise our virtue, I believe. So, in this game, you can also do, as Rising Nations, naval attacks, but the interesting thing about this game is your general, along with your other soldiers, can actually raid other ships and like board them. They can board them. They can shoot catapult fire at them. They can ram them and destroy them like Rome Total War does, or Rome 2 Total War does, and Shogun 2. They can also do plenty of other things. One of my favorite parts in this game is probably the third-person combat. It takes part as a first RTS game, and then it transforms into a third-person game where you're literally the hero of your entire civilization. Your fighting skills is what depends on the victory or not, because most of the time your general can actually wipe an entire army out. The general also has special abilities that are unlocked when he reaches a certain level. I believe the level that you can reach is level 10, and that reaches about 3 abilities. One is a roar, the other one for Caesar would be his arrow, and then the third, I believe, is a sweep, which basically means he knocks the enemy completely off their guard and kills them. Now, if I can go ahead and show you what the barracks does. Not yet, I can't, unfortunately.
Not enough wood.
Need enough wood. Okay, so we need more woodcutters.
Yes.
Let's go make some more woodcutters.
At once.
As you can see, my allies are now, they're attacking this, I wouldn't say enemy, but more or less rogue post, or rogue, barbarians, I suppose. And as you can see, my citizens are hard at work cutting the wood with those long, really, I don't know why they're that long, axes. Those are some really long axes, like sickles. Anyways, you'll notice that the enemy will actually defend these outposts right here. The outposts are neutral until you capture them, and when you capture them, they automatically refill with soldiers. Not even using your own, like you don't even pay for the money for the soldiers. They're automatically recruited as the defensive force, I suppose. Now, historically to Rome, they would mobilize their military very quickly. They would begin the practice of training their legions. Julius Caesar can also train his entire army with an influence perk, I believe, is unlocked at level 7. It seems our enemy has already come to say hi to us, I suppose. The Persians have invaded with that one single soldier. And for some reason he just wants to kill my citizen.
Commander, I'm going.
I can actually fight him with my citizen.
At once.
I can't do much, but I can fight him. So I'm going to go ahead and send my hero over there to deal with that Persian scum. And let's go ahead and see if I can't build me a barracks now. Not yet. Okay, so we need to recruit more. Let's recruit more citizens and make more woodcutters. And as you can see, my archers made quick work of that Persian scout. Over here we still have the barbarians, or I guess you can call them Greek barbarians, fighting against our Roman heroes, or Roman allies. Now I'm not quite for sure what hero my ally will pick. They can either pick Germanicus or Julius Caesar. For the Greeks it is Achilles and Socrates, I believe. And for the Persians, I do not remember. I remember one of them was Saladin, I believe. Saladin. I'm not quite for sure, but I believe it was Saladin, which doesn't make much sense because that was not in ancient Roman times, it was medieval times. But this game is unfortunately not on Steam. I have this game from the old version of Direct2 Drive, which was purchased out by Gamefly. So I was able to actually have a Gamefly account set up and then re-download this game that I purchased. This game is really amazing. It was worth every penny I spent on it. Like, I believe it was $15. And it's really a really incredible game. There's not many games that actually allow this type of detail. Not detail, but more or less gameplay experience where you can actually transform from RTS, I'm not really sure which perspective that is, 6-person I guess? I have no idea. All the way to 3rd-person hero mode where you're basically put in charge of defending your entire country. It's a very interesting perspective that could be taken very far if, you know, modern-day gamers or modern-day companies such as Ubisoft or Creative Assembly took a look into this. Maybe a Total War game where you can actually play as a soldier instead of just artillery, where they have modified the games on Total War where you can actually control the artillery completely, but I want to see if there's something more where you can actually control the generals, or you can actually control soldiers themselves. That would really impress me, and that would be an advanced version of this game, I guess. But yeah, this game is I believe it's the only first of its kind, to be honest with you. I don't remember many other games that offered 2 perspectives, 3rd person and RTS mode. Or strategy mode, however you want to say it.
Commander.
So we're going to go ahead and build the statue. Now this statue basically allows my hero to grow in power. That means that he will rank up much faster, he'll get more virtue, his more experience.
Not enough glory.
And glory. Seems we have a rogue sheep, so I'm going to go ahead and hunt this sheep. Now as you can see my, I don't know why he's throwing a rock at the sheep. This is not Goat Simulator. The statue is now complete. That means that my hero will now get more glory. Or gain more glory, I mean. Now, let's see our allies and see how they're doing. They have a military now, a quite strong military to be honest with you. Not very unique, but it is doing the job. As you can see, they've retaken this outpost for Rome. And there is a fellow deer over here. I guess it is buck season in Rome. So as you can see, we, I believe we just killed a deer, didn't we? They have spawned their own squads now. Once you grow big enough, you can actually spawn legions. And how that happens is you grow a large army of a single soldier. And then you can merge the armies together. Ooh, it seems like there's fighting going on still. But yes, you can merge the armies of the soldiers and create legions. And I believe you can actually create up to 1,000 soldiers. Which is pretty impressive considering this game is actually 2004. No, I'm sorry, 2006. I believe that was the same time that Medieval 2 Total War came out. So this game isn't bad for its time. As you can see, my hero is slowly gaining mana, or glory.
Not enough glory.
The glory count is down here, I just figured that out. But yes, he will get 500 glory and then I can upgrade him to level 2.
Yes.
So let's go ahead and, you know, create another statue
At once.
of mighty Caesar. Praise be the King of Rome. Or that's what the senators thought, which is why they killed him. Well, the senators actually killed him because, one, they thought he was trying to become the King of Rome.
I'm going.
That was not the case, but his nephew kind of took that and kind of, I guess you could say, played the Senate as a, you know, Augustus Caesar. But the reason why he was killed was because many of his allies were kind of snakes, if you would. The Roman Senate was not very honest back then. I'm gonna be honest with you. It was not honest. It was very unprofessional, I suppose. Many of their Senate terms, or many of the people who actually ran for Senate, had to actually kill people for the Senate position. It's unfortunately the way the Roman Senate was at the time, and the Roman government. But it was very corrupt back then. It was more corrupt than Chicago in the 1940s, or Somalia currently. Now, I'm not sure what my enemy is doing. Perhaps they're planning an assault on us. I'm not quite for sure. As you can see, my allies are moving an army towards me. I guess this is defense. I have no idea. But your allies will actively defend you in this game. If they see or if they know that you're under attack, they will defend you.
Yes.
So as you can see, my ally is moving his army towards me. I believe he's going to come towards my side and send his army down this road, or down this pathway, to attack the enemy. And as you can see, they found another rogue outpost, which will probably be taken over pretty soon by my allies. Now, let me see if I can't show you the naval combat in this game.
Not enough wood.
Not yet. So, I'm going to unfortunately go ahead and, I guess you can call me a cheater for this. I have unfortunately cheated just now by entering Olympus, which is a cheat code which allows me full access to all the resources, pretty much. So let me go ahead and show you the barracks,
Commander,
the seaport.
I'm going. Commander,
Let me show you... I don't know if I can yet. Actually, I probably could. Where is my hero? There's my hero. So let's go ahead and show you my hero. Now, as you can see, I've leveled up to level 10 by using cheats, unfortunately. I didn't want to waste my entire time in this video just trying to, you know, build a barracks, I suppose.
yes.
But this game is multiplayer. I am unfortunately a noob at this game, so... Well, not a noob, just a, I guess you can call me a fresh recruit for the Roman Empire at this game. Now I can train auxiliary, which these are these guys.
Going. Units.
Triarii, I believe, are the next ones to be recruited. And the Triarii were the elite Roman spearmen. As you can see, these are Triarii. They have formed a squad of Triarii. Now I can actually make a legion if I were to form Imperial Praetorian Guards, which did not actually occur until Augustus Caesar, when the first, technically the first Roman emperor appeared. Now, let's see if I can't merge these. I know I can somehow.
Forward.
So,
Imperial Triarii.
let's see, merge, break smart formation. Here we go.
Army.
Whoops.
Men.
Well,
Forward.
maybe not. Now, as you can see, I have full access to my enemies' you know, whereabouts and whatnot. Let's go ahead and see. They have a pretty large army so far. Let me go ahead and show you what I meant by my third-person perspective. Ah, okay. Let's go ahead and retype in Olympus. So let's go ahead and do my third-person perspective now. As you can see, I can now see my army completely clearly. I am walking around as my general. I can even, this is my special ability. If I can find my soldiers. Where are my soldiers at? Here they are, my loyal soldiers of Rome. Let's go over here and do a war chant to them. A war chant basically means that they will run full speed into combat without actually taking much damage.
Charge!
Now, as you can see, they're running full speed into pretty much nothing because I told them to run that direction. It's almost like in Call of Duty World of War when the Russians say, well, when they give their inspiring speech, how the soldiers gain super morale, I guess. This is pretty much what the same ability is. It gets you huge morale. Now, as you can see, they're just waiting right now. So let's go ahead and see if I can't find a soldier to attack. See if I can't see that. Follow me. Follow me, my good soldiers of Rome, to glory and conquest. Now, as you can see, they're following me, but they're very slow at it. So let's go ahead and I don't know if I can run in this game or not. I have no idea. Ah, here we are. So this is the enemy army. It's a pretty large army. Come here, boy. Barbarian scum. So, my soldiers of Rome, if you ever get here, will you please help me assault these bastards from attacking our city? Now, as you can see, the enemy army is up on top of the hill right now. Let's go ahead and see if I can't call a war cry to my soldiers to attack full speed.
Charge! Charge!
Now, as you can see, they're attacking the only enemy they can see right now.
Charge!
And I can actually get onto the action myself. Let's go ahead and see if I can't kill any soldiers. I can also shoot, be an archer. Ooh, quite impressive. Now, as you can see, they'll come to my aid almost instantly. I can also back up, and my general will still fight. As you can see, I'm zoomed back in, and we have won this battle. The enemy is well, kind of. This happens to be my enemy general over here. I believe it's Nebuchadnezzar. Oh, Sargon. As you can see, we're still fighting against the might of Persia, or I guess you can call them the plague of Persia. I have just taken down my enemy's statue. Now let's go ahead and destroy their city, their precious homeland. Rome knows no mercy to our enemies. Now, I believe I can also do something else. If I had catapults, I could, but I don't have catapults right now, unfortunately. Let me go ahead and test my archery skills. Yeah, I did get him. Okay, so let's go ahead and look down here upon my enemies. Soon to be dead corpses. Ah, I can walk on. This is like an earlier version of Skyrim. So let's go ahead and attack. Ah, not yet. Not yet. Okay, maybe I do suck at archery. Ooh, almost. Completely missed that one. I believe I'm going to waste all my arrows. Let's see if I can't take out a civvy. I managed to get one. Cities are down. So let's go ahead and take out the remaining civil. Oh.
Your hero is badly wounded.
Now, as you can see, I am pretty badly wounded, so I'm going to go ahead and zoom out because it's taking up a little bit of my health. But I'm also seeing my allies doing some pretty good work. Let me go ahead and show you my ships. see, go ahead and make Olympus. Now here's my warship. Let's go ahead and send my general over here if I can. Where's my general at? Here is my general, I believe. I'm going to send my general and my entire army over here to my warship and show you what I mean by boarding. Now as you can see, this is the upgraded version. This is the trireme that's beside it. This is the trireme, and this is the, I guess you can call it, the better warship, or the better ship for war. Now, if the enemy were to send an army over here, it would automatically deploy phalanx and archers over in this little corridor right here because it is a defensive outpost, which I believe the enemy is going to declare or send a small force over here once they get the necessary supplies. Oh, my enemies and my allies are about to collide. Let's watch. Now, as you can see, the might of Rome may be defeated in this one because Persia has too many of their plaguely horsemen. I have no idea why my archers are in the ocean. I can also spawn soldiers on board my ship as well. As you can see, I just spawned a couple of Praetorian guards. These are also acting as marines, so I can also storm the beaches. Now I can also send my general on board. Let me go ahead and send him on board. The soldiers will follow me on board the ship, and I can land on enemy territory and invade through there. So let's go ahead and click off of this, and off we go. Let's go ahead and invade this property right here. Now as you can see, we're on full speed ahead, and the enemies, well, I guess we're going to invade beside their port, but we're heading right to the enemy port right now. Now I can also create, if I can, a drummer and a catapult. Now as you can see, I've got my drummer, and my drummer is used for full-on assaults on ships, basically meaning ramming them to death. Now my catapult can be used to, well, in short terms, destroy an entire city. Now I believe my ship is trying to find another area to you know, land on, because the enemy seems to have a small but still very aggressive force near where we're going to board. As you can see, I don't know why my soldiers are in the water. As you can see, we're now landing on the on board the island. We're taking heavy fire from the enemies, so we're gonna go ahead and spawn more soldiers. Now the enemy can also climb on board your ship and attack you as well. This game is pretty much total madness. It's like playing 300, but on a ship, I suppose. Now, as you can see, my allies are sending more reinforcements, hopefully. Let me go ahead and see how my allies are doing with reinforcements. Oh, they brought in some ballistae. This means that they can possibly destroy an entire enemy city in just a few hits. Now, as you can see, my ally also has some ports set up, but they really aren't very focused on their naval abilities currently. They're more focused on their land units, or their foot soldiers. Now, I am a bit advanced in my allies because I did unfortunately use a cheat, so I can show you the full power of this entire game. Right now, my enemy has completely just overthrown my ship, so I'm going to reinforce it with more Praetorians. And as you can see, my enemy is now sending in a ship. Now, my enemy can also send a ship in, but I can also board them. I don't know if I can. Oh, here we go. Where is my general is over here taking pretty heavy damage from the archers. Not too much that can be fixed with a little sword play, but pretty heavy. Now, as you can see, my soldiers have successfully repelled an enemy assault on the ship. Seems that all that remains is the, I guess, indestructible horseman. And it seems that now we have a very defenseless enemy city, so I'm going to go ahead and order the charge.
Charge!
Well, they're close, but not close enough. Let me go ahead and order this one more time.
Charge!
So now they're on full charge.
We're under attack.
They've spawned even more soldiers now, so let's go ahead and...
Charge!
Now, as you can see, we have a full madhouse. It seems that the naval abilities of my enemies have increased a bit, although they made a mistake trying to attack a catapult-boarded ship. You can see them trying to repair their ship currently, but it's not really going to work very well when you've got when you're being bombarded by a trireme's massive catapult barrage. As you can see, my enemy has sent a couple of spearmen on board one of their biremes. Not really sure how good that's going to work if they can't actually attack anybody, but it might make good food for the sharks in the ocean. So let me go ahead and see. As you can see, we have a huge, just almost mosh pit of soldiers over here. Now, as you can see, when the catapults hit a ship, their damage can actually inflict not only on the ship but also on the occupants on board, which means that some of them will fly off and hit the ocean. Now, as you can see, my catapult's doing massive amounts of damage, not even actually being, moving. Just stationary, it's doing a lot of damage. As you can see, my allies are just completely ransacking the city now. The enemy has, for some reason, tried to board their ship on their own island. I don't know why the purpose of that was. We now have allied ships in the waters. So let me go ahead and, just dispatch my soldiers over here near our allies. Send them away because...
We're under attack.
I shall send my soldiers over here to do more work. I'll let my allies handle this battle. But as you can see, the enemy, I suppose, is having a bunch of, refugees or men overboard. I'm not really sure what you would call this. Floating soldiers, I suppose. I have no idea. And for some reason, my ally seems to want to throw a catapult at the enemy in the ocean. Don't know what the purpose of that is. Now, as you can see, my my allies are still crushing the city right now, even though we have left completely. They're still doing a ton of damage to the city itself. So my ally just lost one of its ballista. And they are building quite a formidable navy over here, my allies are. Rome was a very powerful naval, it did have a very powerful navy, is what I mean. Its navy was top of the notch aside that of Persia, Greece, and Egypt. Now, as you can see, my enemy has, sent its own defensive force back in to deal with my allies. My allies have actually been trapped on board one of the enemy ships while it's moving away. As you can see, my allies, I hope, if it was the enemies, it'd be pretty weird. They actually attacked the enemy ship, knocking one of my horsemen off, or one of my allies' horsemen off. As you can see, let's see if I can't find, what's his name? Qatar, I believe? I have no idea. My ally's hero should be somewhere in this area. He'll be shown with a white light above him. Ah, hold on, here he is. My ally's hero is Sargon. If anybody knows who Sargon is, I really don't know because I haven't studied Persian history, but if you do know, please let me know in the comments. Let's see what my allies decided to pick for their hero. They decided to pick Germanicus, which was basically a brute of this time period. I don't know why he's carrying a hammer. But yes, they have chosen to pick Germanicus. They have Centurions, which is an upgraded version of the Gladiator Colosseum. You can actually recruit gladiators, which actually do a pretty good amount of damage. They are very cheap and very useful in the terms of slave labor, I suppose, but they do quite a bit of damage. As you can see, my enemy is sending in a whole new assault force to destroy my allies' ships. My ally wants to bombard the enemy right in front of him, which is not the smartest idea. So I think it's going to end it for this video, guys. This has been, gameplay of one of my second favorite RTS games / third-person, I guess you can call it hero game, Rise and Fall Civilizations at War. Now, this game, I said earlier, was not on Steam. You can Google it if you want to. I believe you can buy it on Amazon for $15. You can also buy it on Gamefly for $15, I believe, maybe $10. I am not really sure. It's been a while since I actually purchased this video game. But I really highly recommend anybody who's in love with RTS and who wants something new to the experience aside, Rise of Nations or Total War, something that's, more than just strategy but also has something mixed to it. I highly recommend it to anybody like that. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like, subscribe if you have not yet. I will do more RTS and other strategy, simulation, survival horde, other games like that if you wish. And yeah, hope you guys liked the video, and see you next time, guys. Bye bye, everybody.